So today we're doing a tow range test, and I know I did a video before on the Bowlus Rivet. Today we have the Bowlus Volterra, and we're hitched up and we're towing it with the CyberTruck today. And also we're going to get some results on the Volterra, which is hitched up to a Model X. So we're going to go ahead and hit the road and get some range test results and see how this compares to my personal travel trailer as well as the Airstream. So one thing to note with the Bowlus is there's no need for a weight distribution hitch. You can simply just use just a regular hitch. Obviously, it would have to meet the weight capacity requirements, but once again, given the fact that this trailer is 3,200 pounds, you shouldn't have any problems with that. And the fact that you don't need a weight distribution hitch is huge, in my opinion, just for beginners that don't want to have to deal with extra gear and the hassle. The thing that I noted, the fact that since the Bowlus is narrower than most travel trailers, as you can see here, the need for tow mirrors is no longer, which I think is great.
The way that the Bowlus is engineered, what they wanted to do in order to decrease drag was make the trailer not quite as tall and definitely not as wide as traditional travel trailers. On this camera screen, this shows a side view of the CyberTruck, and as you can see, you don't even see a trailer. I mean, right there you do, that's a rear view. But the side view, you don't even see a trailer. So the fantastic part about this as well is the fact that one of my gripes with the CyberTruck when towing is the fact that you don't have tow mirrors. You look at my mirror, there's no obstruction. There's no need for tow mirrors when towing a Bowlus. So once again, that just goes into idea that you're towing a fully fledged 27-foot travel trailer that is going to be lightweight, efficient, and also safe. You know, you're able to get a CyberTruck, take it from delivery, and start towing safely and efficiently. So we're in Santa Barbara. We're leaving Bowlus headquarters. We are doing a tow test to see what kind of range we get on the CyberTruck. They're also towing with Model X, and we kind of want to get a comparison as to the watt hours, mileage, and all those good things. I just reset my trip, and we're gonna get all the numbers and see how well the CyberTruck does with such a aerodynamic trailer, something that was engineered for this purpose of maximizing range, efficiency. So it's exciting. I'm really happy about this. I'm happy that they invited me and I have this opportunity to do this tow range test. First leg of the trip is done. I know there's a lot of glare. Apologize for that. We went 50 miles, used 30 kilowatt hours. Total energy was 589 watt hours per mile. We did a lot of uphill driving. Also wanted to show our settings were chill, relaxed, and in the lower height.
are in beautiful Santa Barbara here at Bowlus headquarters. Geneva and her team invited me out to do a tow test with the CyberTruck, and we also did a tow test with the Tesla Model X. So we're going to go ahead and go over those results at the end of the interview. But first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Bowlus and how you guys started?
Absolutely. Great having you. So Bowlus is the original riveted aluminum travel trailer back in the 1930s, and really fantastic history in that 1930s as well. We had a 1935 Bowlus that we restored over many years and took that on a cross-country tour. Everyone loved it, wanted to know where they could get one. And so at that point, we decided to redesign the modern Bowlus. That was over 14 years. Now we've been selling for over 12, and really excited for the modern Bowlus. Key features are it's extremely lightweight. So the model we towed today has 3,200 pounds dry weight. Very high quality. We build over 70% of all the components ourselves in our factory just down the road in Oxnard, California, and incredibly aerodynamic. So we have that aerodynamic shape, which is why they're so great to tow with EVs.
Yes, and the results are going to show that.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that later. So you guys have been selling for 12 years. You guys have three trailers in
Three models.
Three models. Okay, in the lineup. And the trailers that we towed was the Volterra, which weighs 3,200 pounds, and that's your heaviest.
Correct.
Right? And it's 27 feet long.
Yes.
Okay. What are the differences between the three models?
Absolutely. So the Rivet is our newest model. That's 25 feet long. That has an MSRP starting price of $165,000.
Okay.
The main difference is it's 2 feet shorter.
Okay.
It also has lots of solar on the roof. It's lifted 3 inches. It has all-terrain tires. Think of this more as our most rugged offering, and smallest floor plan. We then jump up to the Terra. The Terra is incredibly luxurious inside, so everything from the Rivet just jumps up in features. We use all real wood throughout the bedroom, the living room, high quality fabrics, high quality seating, skylights, really any luxury feature you could think of is in that Terra. 27 feet long. In the area of the bathroom is where that space expands, as well as additional storage, so great for those taking extended camping trips. And then the Volterra is just even more battery power and solar power than the Terra, and so it's thinking of taking that luxury travel trailer off grid for as long as possible.
Okay, all right. So there's different options for different needs.
Exactly.
Which is great. Yeah. So you guys make 70% of your parts. Why is that? Why do you guys? Why is that something key for your company?
Well, first of all, it allows us to be incredibly lightweight. So if we didn't build everything ourselves, we'd have to start with that standard RV frame, which would already put us into a completely different weight limit. And so it starts with that all aluminum space frame that's TIG welded together. We then use the 2024 T3 aluminum, which is the same aluminum that's used in airspace and aircraft. Those panels are all cut flat and pre-drilled for those rivet holes. And then we use structural buck rivets to complete the outside shell. And then because it's such a unique shape, we have to build everything on the inside. So we aren't, a typical RV manufacturer in that we're using subcomponent parts from sub-suppliers and fitting those into our application. We're building everything down to the walls, cutting the insulation, building all the cabinetry, drawers, all of that. So that's how we get to be so lightweight and high quality, is that we're building everything ourselves.
I was just going to say, to be that lightweight, but yet a quality product, I mean, that's kind of unheard of, especially in the RV industry. You don't get that. You typically get, if it's lightweight, I mean, a strong wind will blow it over and destroy the trailer or the RV, right? It's just the way the industry is. So that's one of the exciting and interesting things about your business and your company, is the fact that you guys have a quality product that is lightweight, efficient, aerodynamic, and something that, whether you're in an ICE vehicle or in an EV, you're going to maximize your efficiency. It's great to see that there's a company that cares about efficiency, that is really aiming towards having the highest of efficiency, And I think that's going to be a big thing for EV drivers. So
I agree. I mean, I think the question about efficiency is, why should you care, right? Why does it make your life better? And in something like an RV, it makes your life better because you're able to tow with a huge variety of tow vehicles. You're able to tow and not even think that you're towing. And, you know, it's all about that destination and that camping experience versus all of the pain points.
Exactly.
So how can we make this as friendly of a user experience as possible? And that's why efficiency becomes so important.
Exactly. You're now opening the doors for everyone to go camping, to get outside, get outdoors with their families and travel. One of the things I tell people is, you know, it's fantastic to travel outside of the country. I mean, there's a million different places you can go to that are gorgeous, but the United States is so large and it's so beautiful, and there's so much, the terrain changes state to state, that you really don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to get on a plane to go somewhere. Just get in your car, ideally get into a trailer, and go somewhere. And you know, that's what I like to do with my family, is get out and travel and take my kids somewhere different and show them the United States. So you guys are now on the Rivet putting motors, right?
Yes.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's a feature called AeroMove. It's a dual motor system, so that means it's on each wheel, and there's a remote control that can maneuver the Bowlus into any campsite, bring it to your tow vehicle to hitch it. And the reason the Bowlus can do that is it has such a low hitch weight and it's easy to maneuver. But adding that AeroMove to it means that you never have to worry about being by yourself and backing into a space. You no longer need a spotter telling you which way to go and all of that. And you know, if you have a place to store it next to your home or on a piece of property that would be hard to get into backing up, or even just a little bit of a pain, AeroMove removes that, you know, pain point, if you will, in the towing experience.
So what you guys are doing is you're eliminating the entertainment for people that are at campsites, watching the couples arguing about backing up. Yeah, I mean, I see it everywhere we go. I mean, I'm sitting there sometimes and you see people pull up and you're looking over to see how that goes. You guys are eliminating that.
Yes.
You could just drop it and put it into the tightest of spaces.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's great. That's great to see that, once again, you guys are innovating and changing the RV industry, which is something that's been needed for a very, very long time. So congratulations on doing that. We need to go over the numbers on our tests.
We do. Let's do it.
Yeah. On the CyberTruck, we went a total of 103 miles. We used, I believe it was 55 kilowatt hours, and our efficiency was 538 watt hours per mile, which would give us roughly 228 miles on a full charge, which is insane. That is, in some of the tests I've done with Airstream and my personal travel trailer, I'm closer to like 125, 140. So to jump up 100 miles, that is like a game changer. You know, that is the difference of saving yourself an extra charging session, you know, and going that much further, which I think is amazing. And then you guys drove the Model X. What were the numbers on that?
Okay, on the X, we had 238.6 miles, 419 kilowatts per mile on the Tesla X, same distance of 103 miles.
So that's, I mean, you're talking about a mid-size. I would consider the X a mid-size, maybe a little bit larger than a mid-size SUV.
I think that's fair.
And the fact that it can tow a 27-foot trailer, I keep saying that to myself, a 27-foot trailer, and go almost 240 miles. I mean, that's remarkable.
Yeah.
So once again, congratulations to you guys, because you guys are doing that. You guys are opening up the doors for a lot of people to go out with their families and camp and not have to worry about the range anxiety. I mean, when I was driving it, there was obviously there's no white knuckling, there's no swaying. One thing that I noted was the fact that because the trailer is not as wide as other traditional trailers, the small, really weird mirrors that I hate in the CyberTruck when I'm towing is no longer an issue.
Right. No extension mirrors necessary.
You don't need that. And that's a big complaint of mine. You know, the fact that you can drop it and you can manually move it because it's that, you know, lightweight, or on the Rivet, you'll be able to have that access to the motors and be able to move it around. Now when you're at a supercharger, it makes it a little bit easier. I still don't think that anybody should be dropping at a supercharger because I think that's ridiculous. Tesla needs to have pull through everywhere, but the reality is they don't. And so there's going to be those times where you're going to have to do that, and this is going to make it a lot easier for people than like my setup.
Right.
You know. So thank you again.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, this has been
and
great.
Hopefully we do another video at some other point. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.